ॐ अज्ञानतिमिरन्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांत स्वामिनिति नामिने नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा
Hare Krishna.
welcome Hare Krishna, welcome all of you. Thank you all very much for your enthusiastic participation. We are discussing Bhagavad Gita as it is chapter 1. Right now we are in the section of signs of victory. The first section was Dhritarashtra's inquiry, that is the verse 1, and then verse 2 to 11 we have seen the fear of Duryodhan and his diplomacy, how he is explaining the army of both the sides and comparing all these things we have discussed. And then let us begin our discussions today from verse number 13. In this section, we will see both the sides will blow conch shells and various other signs of victory of Pandava is predicted. Let us begin the verse recitation. Tatah sankhascha veryascha panavānaka gomukhaha sahasebabhya hanyanta sasabdastu bhavat. You can recite with me.
Tata Shankhacha Bhairyacha
Tatah
Pavanaka Gomukha Sahasvambhayantah Sa Shabdo Tumulu O Bhavata.
So let us break this into 4 parts, and after I recite, you all can recite so that it will be more clear. Tatah sankhascha veryascha
Tataha Shankhacha
Shankhacha
panavānaka gomukhaha
Panavanaka
sahasebabhya hanyanta
Sahasya Vabhyanyanta
sasabdastu bhavat.
Sabhastam Mukha.
Wonderful. Tatah sankhascha bhairascha
Tata Sankhascha Bhairascha
panavanaka gomukhaha
Panavanaka Gomukha
Mukha
sahasei bhabhya hanyanta
Sahasya Vabhyantaha
Sasya
sasabdastu bhavat.
Sa Sabdastumulo Bhavata.
Very good, wonderful. One more last time. Tatah sankhascha bhairascha
Tata Sankhascha Bhairascha
panavanaka gomukhaha
Panavanaka Gomukha
sahasei bhabhya hanyanta
Sahasya Vabhyantaha
sasabdastu bhavat.
Sa Sabda.
Very good, wonderful. Synonyms. Tataha, thereafter, Sankhaha, conch shells, cha, also, Varia, large drums, cha, and Panavanaka, small drums and kettle drums, Go Mukhaha, horns, Sahasa, all of a sudden, Eva, certainly, Abhya Anyanta, were simultaneously sounded, Saha, that, Sabdaha, combined sound, Tumulaha, tumultus, Abhavat, became. Translation. After that, the conch shells, drums, bugles, trumpets, and horns were all suddenly sounded, and the combined sound was tumultuous. Tataha sankhascha bhairyacha. Then, sankhascha bhairyacha. The conchs and the kettle drums. The conch and kettle drums. Panavanaka gomukhaha, small drums and larger drums. Sahasa eva abhyanyanta, were suddenly sounded. Sahasa, suddenly, abhyanyanta, sounded. Sa sabdaha tumulo abhavat, making a tumultuous sound. So here, after Bhishmadev blew the conch shell, Singhanadang Binodvachai Sankhang Dadmau Pratapavan, many other type of conches, kettle drums, small drums, large drums, they were producing a tumultuous sound. Then let's go to next verse. So that means war is begin to take place. You have seen in Mahabharata, right? There are different type of instruments were blown before the war begins. Verse 14. Tatah sveter hayukte mahati syandane sthito madhava pandava shaiva divyo sankhau pradatmatuhu. Let us recite. Tatah sveter hayukte
तथा
सर्वे
सर्वैर्युक्ते
युक्ते
Mahati Syandane Sthito
महति
महति
स्यन्दने
नंदने
स्थितौ
स्थितो
Madhavah Pandavaschaiva
माधव पाण्डव
माधव पाण्डवश्चैव
Dibhyo Sankhau Pradatmatu.
दिव्यै सङ्ख्य प्रदमयते
वर्धमतुः.
Wonderful. Tataha Swater Hairyukte
तथा
तथा
श्वेतेर्हयैर्युक्ते
हरे युक्ते
Tataha Swater Hairyukte Tataha Swater Hairyukte
तथेर हये युक्ते
Mahati Syandane Sthito
महति
महति चिकतो
स्थितो
Madhavah Pandavaschaiva
माधव
माधव
पाण्डवश्चैव
Dibhyo Sankhau Pradatmatu.
दिव्यो संख्यो पद्मतु.
Wonderful. One more last time. Tataha Swater Hairyukte
तथा श्वेते युक्ते
Mahati Syandane Sthito
महति स्थितो
Madhavah Pandavaschaiva
Madhava
Madhava Pandavascha
Divyau Sankhau Pradatmatuh.
Divya
Divyo Sankhyo Padamatu.
Wonderful, wonderful. Here you see the hero of Bhagavad Gita is appearing. Have you seen in earlier days of Bollywood movie, when hero is about to make his entry, they will camera will not directly show the face of the hero. It will first project to his shoes, right? And then maybe the backside of him, or he will make some signs, so all these things, or some signature pose, something another, and at last they will project, the camera will be projected to the face, and then everybody will cheer up. So this is how also explained here. Here you see tataha swetir hayer yukte. Haya means horse. Swetir, sweta means white. Tataha swetir hayer yukte. First, camera is projected to white horses. Then Mahati Syandane Sthitau. Syandana means chariot. Then camera slowly is directed to chariot. White horses and then chariot. And this chariot is Mahati. This is a great chariot, because this chariot is given by Agnidev. Okay. This chariot is given by Agnidev. And in this chariot, it's not empty. Sthitau. There are some warriors. Who are they? Madhavaha, Lord Krishna himself. Madhavaha. And then who else? Pandavaha. Okay, who is that Pandava? Arjuna. Cha eva Divyau Sankhau Pradadmatu blew. What they blew? Sankhau, the conch shells. And those conch shells are not ordinary. They are Divyau, they are transcendental. Because Supreme Lord's conch shell is transcendental. It's not an ordinary conch. So this is how Krishna is making the entry. Tataha swete haye ukte mahati syannane sthitau madhavah pandavaschaibhyo divyau sankhau pradatmatu. Let us see the synonyms. Tataha, thereafter, swete, with white, haye, horses, yukte, being yoked, mahati, in a great, syannane, chariot, sthitau, situated, madhavaha, Krishna, the husband of the goddess of fortune, Pandavaha, Arjuna, the son of Pandu, Cha, also, Eva, certainly, Divyau, transcendental, Sankhau, conch shells, Pradatmatu, sounded. Translation. On the other side, both Lord Krishna and Arjuna, stationed on a great chariot drawn by white horses, sounded their transcendental conch shells. Tataha Madhavaha Pandavascha. Then Krishna and Arjuna, Mahati Syandane Sthitau, standing in a large chariot, Swete Harere Yukte, yoked with white horses, Divyau Sankhau Pradatmatu, blew their divine conchs, blew their divine conches or conchs. Okay, so here we had seen in verse 12, what we have seen when Bhishmadev was blowing the conch shell, it is not being said Dibyo. Singhanadang binodvache sankhang dadmo pratapava. Dibyo word is not applied there. But here, in case of Supreme Lord, Dibyo is mentioned. Dibyo sankho pradatmatu. So what it means, this gives a sign of Pandava's victory. This gives a sign of Pandava's victory because these conchs are not ordinary conchs, these are transcendental conchs. In contrast with conch shell blown by Bhishmadev, the conch shells in the hands of Krishna and Arjuna are described as transcendental. The sounding of the transcendental conch shells indicated that there was no hope of victory for the other side because Krishna was on the side of the Pandavas. Jayastu Panduputranam esam pakshe Janardana. Janardana, who is Janardana? Krishna, who gives protections. Esam pakshe, in whose side? In whose side there is Krishna, Jayastu Panduputrana. Okay, in whose side Krishna is there? In the side of Pandava. So obviously, Jayastu Panduputrana, the victory will happen to Panduputras, son of the Pandus. So this Dibyo transcendental signifies that. Because the Lord is transcendental, his conch shells are transcendental, and if Lord is supporting someone, how come he will be defeated? There is no hope of victory of other side. Victory is always with persons like the sons of Pandu because Lord Krishna is associated with them. And you see, Krishna here in this verse is addressed as Madhava. Madhava means he is the husband of Goddess of Fortune. And whenever and wherever the Lord is present, the Goddess of Fortune is also there. In Pandava side, Lord is present. So, Goddess of Fortune also is present in the Pandava side. So, if good fortune is on the side of Pandava, then Pandavas will win. Because the Goddess of Fortune never lives alone without her husband. Therefore, victory and fortune were awaiting Arjuna, as indicated by the transcendental sound produced by the conch shells of Vishnu or Lord Krishna. Besides that, the chariot on which both the friends were seated had been donated by Agni, the fire god, to Arjuna. And this indicated that this chariot was capable of conquering all sides wherever it is drawn over the three worlds. Mahati Syandane. The chariot is called a great chariot. Why? Because this is not ordinary one. This is donated by Agni to Arjuna. Agnidev has given to Arjuna. And this chariot, whoever will sit in this chariot and fight, he will conquer the enemies from all the sides. Wherever it will go in the three worlds, Swarga, Martya and Patal Lok, it is capable of giving victory. Let us go to next verse. Panchajanyang Hrishikeso Devadattang Dhananjayah Paundrang Dadmau Mahasankham Bhima Karma Brukodaraha. Verse 15. So let us recite along with me. Panchajanyam Hrishikeso
Pachajanyam
Rishikesho
Devadattam Dhananjayah
Devadattam Dhananjaya
Paundram Dadmau Mahasankham
Ondram Dadro Mahasankham
Bhima Karma Brikodaraha.
Bhima Karma Vakodara
Very good. Panchajanyam Hrisikeso
Panchajanyam Hrishikesho
Devadattam Dhananjaya.
Devadantam Dhananjaya
Poundram Dadmau Mahasankham
Pandam
Ondram Dadamo Mahasankham
Bhima Karma Brikodaraha.
Bhima Karma Vakodara
Brikodaraha.
Vrikodara
One more last time. Panchajanyam Hrishikeso
Panchajanyam Rishikesho
Devadattam Dhananjaya.
Devadattam Dhananjaya
Poundram Dadmau Mahasankham
Pondram Dadamo Mahasankham
Bhima Karma Brikodaraha.
Bhima Karma Vakodara.
Very good, very good. Wonderful. Then all other warriors on the Pandava side started blowing their conch shells. Let us see synonyms. Panchajanyam, the conch shell named Panchajanya. Rishika Ishaha, Rishikesha. Krishna, the Lord who directs the senses of the devotees. Devadattam, the conch shell named Devadatta. Dhananjaya, Dhananjaya, Arjuna, the winner of wealth. Poundram, the conch named Poundra. Dadmau, blew. Mahasankham, the terrific conch shell. Bhima Karma, one who performs Herculean tasks. Brikadaraha, the voracious eater. Udara, Udara means belly. Brukadaraha, who has a fat belly. Who has a fat belly? Who eat voraciously. So it is referred to Bhima. Okay. Not only he eats voraciously, he also performs Herculean task. Bhima. Bhima means Herculean. Okay. Karma, Herculean task. Okay. Bhima Karma. He does Herculean task. That's the reason his name is Bhima. Okay. And here he is addressed as Brikadaraha. Udara means belly. Brikadaraha means fat belly, who is a voracious eater. What kind of conch shell he blew? Mahasankham, the terrific conch shells. Dadmau. He blew Mahasankham. And then who else? Panchajanyam, the conch shell named Panchajanya. Okay, this Panchajanya is the transcendental conch shell of Rishikesha. Rishikesha means here refers to Krishna. Hrishika means senses. Isaha means who is the director or controller. He is the director and controller of all senses. Hence, he is referred as Rishikesha. But he will direct to that degree, to which we are surrendered to him. To the degree of surrender, to that degree, he will direct the senses of the person. And devotees are fully surrendered to Krishna. So Krishna fully directs the senses of the devotees. And here, why this name is mentioned? Because now here in the battlefield, Krishna is directing the senses of Arjuna. Devadattam, the conch shell named Devadatta. Dhananjaya. Dhananjaya here addressed to Arjuna. It is one among the 10 names of Arjuna. Why he is addressed as Dhananjaya? Because Dhananjaya, who wins a lot of wealth, who conquers lot of wealth. So when at times when King Yudhishthir has to perform any sacrifices, lot of wealth, money are required. So that time Arjuna used to be the instrument to conquer all the wealth and provide to Yudhishthir. In Rajasuya Yajna specifically, Arjuna conquered many golds and wealth and given to King Yudhishthir for the performance of Rajasuya Yajna. That's the reason he is called Dhananjaya. Poundram, the Kong named Poundra. This is the Kong of Bhima, Poundra. Panchajanyam Hrishikesho. Krishna blew Panchajanya. Devadatam Dhananjaya. Arjuna blew Devadatta. Then Bhima Karma. Brukodara. So Bhima of fearful deeds. Poundram Mahasankham Dadmau. Blew the great Kong Poundra. Then Kunti Putro. Okay, it is this the next verse. Okay. Let us go to translation. Lord Krishna blew his conch shell called Panchajanya. Arjuna blew his the Devadatta, and Bhima, the voracious eater and performer of Herculean tasks, blew his terrific conch shell called Poundra. Lord Krishna is referred to as Rishikesha in this verse because he is the owner of all senses. The living entities are part and parcel of him, and therefore the senses of living entities are also part and parcel of his senses. The impersonalist cannot account for the senses of the living entities, and therefore they are always anxious to describe all living entities as senseless or impersonal. No. The living entities, the ultimate identity of the living entity or the Supreme Lord is not impersonal. It's not like we are senseless. The soul is senseless. No. The soul is full conscious and it has, senses. So Sri Krishna is the director of the senses. Hence he is called Rishikesha. And he is the director of senses of all the living entities. So the living entities have personal existence. It's not impersonal. Okay, we all are person, and Supreme Lord is also person. The Lord situated in the hearts of all living entities directs their senses, but he directs in terms of the surrender of the living entity. Although he is situated in everybody's heart, but to that degree he will direct to the degree which someone surrenders to it. And in the case of a pure devotee, he directly controls the senses because pure devotee is fully surrendered. Here on the battlefield of Kurukshetra, the Lord directly controls the transcendental senses of Arjuna, and thus his particular name of Rishikesha, the Lord has different names according to his different activities. You see, first verse 14 talks of Madhava. Now here Rishikesha, and in this chapter 1, various names Arjuna will address Krishna in various names according to the situations, and these names are given to the Supreme Lord according to his activities. According to his activities. Okay, so time is up. Maybe we can read the second portion of the purport from tomorrow. Okay, so thank you all very much. Thank you for your enthusiastic participation. Bhagavad Gita ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.